What's going on, everybody? Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw this, but it looked like the chicks. I mean, I think they can hear me over the phone that's in there with them, but it looks like I spooked them a little bit. Sorry, guys. How is everybody doing? It is really good to be here for yet another farm meeting. I see a lot of folks already lining up, getting ready to say, hey. This is, if you guys aren't familiar, this is like typically the thing that we do once a month, where every first Wednesday of the month, I basically kind of sit down, hang out with you guys for an evening, chat, answer questions, talk about all the stuff that I might not have had the chance to talk to you in videos, like give you kind of updates, get into all the nitty gritty, the behind the scenes, like all the stuff that I just usually don't have time for like in a usual like YouTube video. It's like this is where we go deep. And so I'm here tonight. I'm Morgan, hanging out. Just so you guys know too, like I am like just getting in the door. Like this is like one of those, I'm like late and running behind on things, and I just finished up evening chores for the night and I'm getting here. It's been an interesting week here on the farm. My nephew, who I love very much, is up here. We've been hanging out all week, just basically Uncle Morgan's summer camp for kind of 4th of July week. It's been a lot of fun, just, having one-on-one time, hanging around, doing stuff around the farm, doing just like fun stuff, like going to the water park, going to, like the lake. We actually went to a lake today and like went and like hung out and made a little fire and cooked hot dogs. And it was just like a lot of fun. He and Allison actually just went out to go to the movies. They're going to see the new Jurassic Park movie, which I admit I had like zero interest in seeing, but Allison loves the Jurassic Park movies and my nephew loves Jurassic Park movies. And so it was like, oh, it's the perfect thing for you guys to do. So I can do the farm meeting and do all that. And so, yeah, I've just been kind of running around getting stuff done this afternoon when they went out. I see a lot of familiar faces here in the chat, which is always awesome to see. Let's see, who do we got here? What's going on, RJ? I will talk to you about the tractor parade in just a minute, but I see you there. I'm going to flag your question, RJ, and answer it in just a little bit. Saved, you're not wrong. I'm like shot out of a cannon. It's one of those things, like typically when I do these, I like to like get into my office like a half an hour early, like make like a little list of things I want to talk about, like get myself organized. That is not what's going on today. Today is just like, yes, if you guys have been on the Twitch live streams, which have been very sporadic this week, you'll know it's just because I'm kind of like, one, I'm trying to like just, spend as much time with my nephew as possible and like not like focus on, it doesn't feel like work, but technically I guess it's work type stuff. And so, like basically it's a lot of fun to just like kind of focus in there. But at the same time, it's left me completely disorganized and running behind on absolutely everything. But I don't know, I'm having kind of a good summer. What's going on? Pirate Jenish, Mini Corzo. Oh, it's Jill. Hey, what's up, Jill? Good to see you. Corzo. You have, all right, Corzo, start firing them away. And if you guys have questions, much like RJ's doing, where they're all in caps, please put them in caps. It makes it easier for me to spot the questions. So yes, if Corzo, if you or anybody else has questions, let's fire away. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I think I started this even like a minute or two late. Like I said, I was just like feeding the dogs, making sure the baby birds all had food, like, checking out. I moved the cattle really quickly. Like, yeah, I just did everything. What's the XP all about? I don't know, Laney Pants. Hey, what's up, Mike? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, it's like, honestly, it's kind of fun. Like, it's seeing like the Twitch crew hanging here is always fun. My first orders impossibly good soldier mini camps today. Oh, really? Well, all right. So actually, here's another thing, and this is going to be funny to watch because I have not had any of this yet. So we're all out of seltzers in the fridge, and I was like I said, I was running behind, so I didn't even have time to like, oh, well, I guess I could ice down one and like do that. And so I just grabbed one of these. It's like one of my nephews. I've actually never had Prime. I have a hunch I'm going to despise it, but I was also crazy thirsty, so I grabbed this as I ran through the kitchen to come up here. So we are gonna taste test this right now. And Karen, I'm taste testing it just for you. Let's see. It's like half drank already too. Oh God. Oh, that is, what is that? Oh dear. Oof, the ingredients are water, coconut water, which are two things I actually like. Citric acid, dipotassium phosphate, natural flavor. Yeah, I don't know about. Oh, if I wasn't dying of thirst, I would not drink this. Hey, what's up, Tuxedo? Good to see you, Gary. All right, let's start answering questions. So yeah, and I will try to do my best. Also, fair warning, I'm always usually running behind in the chat. It seems to so you might ask a question and right now I'm just getting to questions from 5 minutes ago. And the first question I'm going to hit here is RJ's. Morgan, is Governor Maddox Road open again after the flooding from the rain last summer? And so what RJ is asking is, I probably shouldn't be giving this name, but there's a road that closed down near the farm, and honestly, most of that road is still closed down. All right. RJ had another question. Are you going to drive your tractor in the parade on Friday or ride in your buddy Alfred's wagon or trailer? So the answer is I'm definitely not driving my tractor. We're still working on fixing it after my little bit of an accident there a couple weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. And I just got all the parts, but my buddy Will who's going to be fixing it. He actually is kind of in the midst of haying right now, and so I don't want to hassle him with it. And so it'll get fixed in a few weeks. I'm not in a rush for it because this is honestly the time of year I use my tractor the least, and so I won't be. We might end up in the parade, or we might just be attending. I don't know which, but stay tuned. Anyway, let's keep hitting questions. Matt Tidbits asks, when are you opening the new pasture? I don't know is the real honest answer. I'm actually kind of falling behind on that project, much like I always seem to do with all summer projects. I've had a couple of things come up, some farm related, some farm adjacent. I have started to put in a couple of the corner posts, but I haven't done any of the other fencing work. I have so much other pasture too. It's not like a rush. And so the goal is really to get it done before the fall, so that I can have it set. But I doubt I'm going to get it done for use this year. I don't know. At least the way I'm tracking right now. What's up, Pirate Jenish? How's it going, Shelly? Good to see you all the way up in Maine there. Jeff asks, how many acres is the farm? We're a little bit over 160 acres yet. So, Assassin, the answer is yes. We have had one more calf born since the last video. There was a calf born. I think you guys will see that video on Monday, I believe. And so, but yes, we have had one more calf. So Annabelle, who is one of my Highlands, she had a calf. I'm not going to reveal anything else. You'll find out in this video. But the answer is yes, Assassin. There is one more calf coming. So we had 8 calves on the year, which is, I don't know, pretty exciting. Did you brought back Tim benches to doing Evelyn? So yes, actually I know this mystery. So what Evelyn is asking is that this is a deep cut here, but Evelyn, I'm going to give you the answer. So a couple years back, I found this bench in the far back pasture that just had Tim written on it, and I didn't know what the deal was. That bench is actually still in the same place where it was, because I didn't want to move it. And I actually did find out who Tim is. I don't really want to say it publicly, but I do know the answer now. The mystery has been solved. Yeah, exactly. It has been Uncle Morgan's summer camp for sure. So yeah, Sarah. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you. So the answer is yes. And what my sister and brother-in-law and I decided to do is it'd be kind of fun to give the boys a little bit of a break from each other, so they're not always on top of each other. And so one is here by himself this week. Another will be here by himself in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned on that one. But yeah, they are brothers. That is to answer that question. I only have one sister, so yeah. Oh, Sophia, I don't know. I will admit, I like the goats so much more than I ever thought I would. They're in terms of the animal rankings, they're not ahead of the core team of Toby Dog, Abby Dog, Pablo, and Ginny and Lil, but they're giving the cattle a run for their money. They're up there. They beat out the geese, they beat out the chickens now, they beat out the ducks in terms of my favorite animals on the farm. So I don't know. Maybe is the answer. It's a maybe. Let's talk AI. Yeah, Charlie, I'm happy to talk. I don't know if you guys, and I don't know if you're responding to this, Charlie. So I put out a pretty long, like an hour-long video podcast episode. When was that? That was like, I guess it was a week ago today. Like my podcast is coming back, by the way. There'll be another episode very soon. I just have to finish editing it. But the whole focus of the episode was basically the tractor and AI, and really comparing kind of what happened with the tractor in the 20th century. I genuinely believe is going to be very similar to what we see with the tractor. I'm sorry, with AI in terms of what it does. Like what the tractor did to farm work and rural communities. I actually think AI is going to do something quite similar to us in probably a much faster time period. And so the question, so what Charlie's talking about, so it's like this video specifically here,
when tractors,
which here, I'll drop a link if anybody wants to watch it. I actually feel very proud of this video. I feel good about it. But yeah, happy to answer questions on that one, Charlie. So fire away. Oh, golly, Tiana, I would love it if anybody wants to donate our books to schools and libraries. Like, I care way more about people actually reading the book than I do about, like selling copies, to be very honest, particularly that book. So yeah, if you're donating Toby Dog to, your local library or your local school, that would really make me happy. And if you do, Tiana, send me a note and let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Yeah, as Anna is saying, that's 100% true. As you can see, these are actually the last of the chicken hatchlings. We have had a ton of chickens hatch in the last week. Hold on. I think my final number was 67. And so we had a total of 67 hatch. We lost 4 of them. Right, hold on, I'm looking at my numbers here. We lost 4 of them, which happens, but out of that number, that's, I feel like, a pretty good percentage. So I'm very happy about that. Hey, what's up, Anitra? Good to see you. What's the timeline for the next book? Okay, so my very next book, which is going to be not the next book in the Toby Dog series, rather, it's going to be the title of the book is Dirt Rich Living. I was gonna do like a big formal cover reveal, but well, it's not done. I'm not going to spoil it just yet, but I'm super excited because we just actually are nailing down the cover. There's like some like final font size and like alignment and color issues, but overall it's actually in a really good place. And that's going to be coming out in February of 2026. But the pre-sale is going to open up very soon. And if you guys would, honestly, it will help us out so much if you buy in pre-sale, only because that actually helps. Like, this is actually not even a book I'm publishing this time. I have a publisher. And so the more pre-sales we have, the more books end up in bookstores, and then the more people find it. So, as soon as that comes up, I'll let you guys know. I might actually even do like a pre-sale unveil, probably at the next farm meeting. Will be about right around when it goes. The Lil Barn Cat book, I've written another draft. I kind of sat back on it and just like wanted to see how I was feeling about it. And I've actually now come to the conclusion I want to make some more tweaks. But on top of that, my publisher of the other book asked that I wait a little bit until later in 2026 to release that book. And so that book will come out in 2026, but later than expected, just to give some breathing room for the other video. Ugh, I'm so thirsty, but I'm drinking this. This stuff is this. I don't know how my nephew drinks this. This is horrible. Like, this is like, if I was making a sports drink that was going to be intentionally bad, I don't think I could do this bad. They're doing awesome. So yeah, I think oh, excuse me. It's like liquefied nerds mixed with Red Bull mixed with coconut water. I guess that would be how I'd say it tastes. So the Spawn of Ralph are doing great. They're actually, I've released all of the ducklings and goslings that have hatched this year. So if you guys have been following on the live stream, they're all like free and at large at this point. I was just doing evening chores and feeding them as I came through here. So yeah, but they're doing really good. Hello from Tokyo. What's going on, Natalie? Longtime subscriber, watcher, owning complication, so able to watch this real time for change. What are the long-term plans with Randy? Well, Natalie, and it's really cool to hear somebody's out in Tokyo. I hope everything goes okay with your pregnancy. So the long plans with Randy are I'm going to try to keep him on as long as I possibly can. You know, he has done a good job so far. So he went 6 out of the 7 possible cows I could have had have calves last year, he got 6 of them pregnant. This year, out of the 8 possible cows I had to get pregnant, or I'm sorry, out of 9, he got 8 of them pregnant. And so, you know, 4 boys, 4 girls. I probably shouldn't have said that. But yeah, so he's done great. My plan is to actually start separating his daughters out. I'm going to be selling a few of them, but also I'm going to try to AI a few of them so that I can have a good mix of genetics in the fold. So, but my goal is I'd love to have Randy on for at least another 5 years and then probably try to sell him because he's got outstanding genetics. He comes from Shat Acres Farm over in Plainfield, Vermont, which is, if not the oldest registered Highland fold in the United States. They are like one of, and they're just incredible people. Randy's got incredible genetics. He, like, from a size, shape, he's great. In terms of temperament and health, he's been outstanding. And so, yeah, Natalie, honestly, the goal is to keep him on as long as I can. Okay. I wonder if your spread in posting don't burn out. Yeah, you know, Grace, you're not wrong. And I will admit, and I wanted to talk about this, particularly with my Twitch friends. I'm trying to find the right balance here. And so just know that I'm working to find that. There are times where it's like it feels like I'm constantly having to keep the stream going, and I feel bad if I'm not checking in with you guys. I will admit that. And so I'm trying to find a way not to, as Grace is saying, spread myself too thin. But at the same time, I really love doing it. And so I'm like I said, I'm just trying to find the right mix, and I don't know what that is just yet. But yeah, all the calves, Andrea, all 8 of them are doing great. Even Sly is not hiding from me nearly as much anymore. Oh, and actually, I should mention this milestone because it just happened this morning. So my nephew and I moved Macho Man and Joey Ramone in with the girls, and so Macho Man is now mixed in with his kids too. So it's funny. It's like he's got 8 little ones running around there, and it's pretty adorable. Hey, what's up, Matt? How many ducks are on the farm right now? Ooh, I'm going to give you a ballpark number of probably about 40-ish or so, 45. So Baker the duck had a dozen ducklings. She lost 2 of those ducklings, but she's got 10. I've got another duck that hatched 5. There's another duck that had 2. Plus I had about 25 before. So what was that? So I had about 25 adult ducks. Oh, then plus the 6 that I hatched out too. Was it 6 or 7? You guys in Twitch would probably know even better than I would. All right, so let's see if we can do the math. So 10 plus 5, that's 15, plus 7, that's 22, plus 2, that's 24. All right, so I'm almost up to 50 ducks. So 49 ducks is my rough number. I don't know yet, sweet and savory. I have not. I got to talk to Jack. I'm not sure yet. I would like to probably, but I have not confirmed that. That has not been confirmed yet. You know, I don't have any celebration plans. I'd like to do something fun and interesting. I don't quite know what. If you guys have ideas, I'm totally open to it. Oh, so wait, Rebecca's what is Randy's lifelong plan? I mean, well, like I said, my goal is to keep him on as long as I can, which probably be about 5-6 years, maybe. And then I would probably sell him to somebody else. Like what I would love to do is have just this outstanding breeding bull with great track record and go somewhere else. I would not want to turn him into hamburger. He's honestly too good of a bull, and he's way more valuable as a bull than he is just as like beef. You know what, Norma? I do still keep in touch with a lot of my coworkers. Actually, in fact, so this new book that's coming out has some stories about my old job, and so I've been sharing little chapters with some old friends from work to like get their reaction and be like, "Do you remember it this way?" And like, get some feedback and that sort of thing. And so yeah, I've been talking actually to a lot of old coworkers lately. I don't keep in touch with everybody, obviously, but there's a lot of old coworkers that I love talking to. And if there's old coworkers even watching this now, don't ever hesitate to be like, "Yo, what's up?" Because I usually like talking to folks like that. I miss you guys. I miss a lot of folks that I used to work with. I mean, that is, while I love doing what I'm doing and wouldn't do anything else at this point, unless I had a gun to my head. That said, I still miss many of my old coworkers for sure. My dogs are Maremas. Marema are the dogs. Hey, Nest, it's good to see you. I'm glad you guys are hanging out tonight, too. Hopefully you're having something good for dinner. How are you doing against Alfred with the Great Pumpkin Battle? Did you guys use different types of seeds? So the answer is yes, we use different seeds. I actually used a mixture of seeds. A couple of you guys even sent me some seeds. I bought some seeds, too. And I know Alfred, I think he only has 2 plants going. I was just talking to him about this today. But he's taking perfect care of his plants. My strategy is a little different. I have like 14 giant pumpkin plants going right now. And they might not all make it, but they're getting like slowly but surely bigger. I actually just made a whole Instagram video talking about that. If you actually go follow me on Instagram, you'll see a bunch of videos talking about the pumpkins. Like the last couple Instagram updates I've done have been pumpkin focused. Oh my golly. Yeah, Rebecca, this is the worst. I might have to take a chick intermission and run downstairs and just get water because this is so bad. This is, you know what, Clara, you don't do it. Like you will regret it. You will. I am regretting my life decision right now. All right. Hey, what's up, Rain? Good to see you. Oh, golly. Scandic asked the question I was just talking to a neighbor about today. So, yeah, we are coming short of about 2 weeks from now, or a little less than 2 weeks from now. We're gonna hit the 1 year anniversary of our last floods, which was actually the 1 year anniversary of the previous floods in Vermont. Yeah, I'm honestly terrified. I mean, we've done the best we can. I know some neighbors have been doing the best we can, but there's not a ton we can change either. And so I agree with you that they're bound to repeat themselves. I feel like actually even just the way the floods played out here, we on our farm specifically are in pretty good shape. And I have like some really good, even better backup plans than I did last year. Yeah, it is a little scary. You know what, Tuxedo? I don't think we're allowed to have tow trucks tow our tractors. You know what, James? I always say to myself, "Oh, I should grow some sunflowers. I know the birds would love them." And I just always get too overwhelmed with all the other stuff going on, and I have not done that yet, but I should. I really would like to, actually. Okay, so you guys, there is going to be, and I'm just working out some of the final details. There is going to be a contest for the pumpkin growing. And so what's going to happen is you guys are going to be able to submit your contest photos of your giant pumpkins, and we're going to have some people judge them. And so that will be a thing we do. There's going to be an entry. So the way it's going to work is it's going to be on the honor system. You're submitting photos. There's going to be a couple of different categories. There's going to be some prizes. You're going to have to pay $5 to submit your photo and enter the contest, just so we don't get overwhelmed with contest entries, but then also in like spam and stuff. But then also, just so you know, the $5 that you have to pay is going to go directly to Vermont Food Bank. So it's like also a good way to like raise money for people who could use it. And so if you're growing pumpkins like Shridra here is, and I hope I said your name right, and I apologize if it didn't. please, by all means, like get them going. And like I said, probably next month you're going to hear some or in the next couple of weeks you're going to hear some announcements about how that's going to work. And no, Nest, I don't think it's too late. You can definitely grow out your pumpkins. There's going to be different categories. Like if you have like just a patio or you live in an apartment, there's going to be an urban category. And so there's going to be some fun things there. You know what, early chat? I just don't think our pond is big enough. Plus, if we had small fish, the ducks would probably eat them very quickly. We have some catnip growing, Karen. I will say this. The goats have been decimating my catnip this year. And so I thought I was going to have like, I don't know, a half an acre of catnip growing this year. And I have a couple of plants that I'm now protecting by the goats, but the goats have come through and like chewed through a lot of them. So I don't know. And yeah, Carrie, I will be selling probably both beef tallow, soap. It'll probably be the end of the year is when it'll be. And it'll be up on our newly soon to be relaunched website, which is coming. So Bruno, the answer is yes. I do have a drone that follows me around. I actually think, hold on, I might be even have some footage I could show you of what the drone actually. Oh, you know what? I can't show you this footage. But yes, I do have. It's called the Hover drone. The brand is Hover. The Hover X1, I believe, is the model, and it has like this AI thing that you can like launch it out of the palm of your hand. It's really tiny. It's like. I don't have it. It's downstairs, but it's like the size of 2 iPhones, basically. So it can like just launch right out of your hand, and then it can just like track me and follow me around. It is so cool. I love it. It is such a useful tool for what I do. I think the only downside to it is that it's like noisy, so you can't like record audio while you're using it. Yes, the Ninja Sly is back, and he's actually becoming a little bit more friendly. So he's warming up a bit. Stay tuned, Sarah. Stay tuned. But I will tell you this. No, the only 2 heifers, now cows, that we had who could have eligible C names have given birth already. So Curly Sue and Cindy Lauper, they were the only ones who could potentially be C names. And so that'll be that. Next year we will have potentially 4 calves that will have C names, or actually 6 calves that would have C names potentially for next year. Yes, RJ is correct. The film Spitfire Grill, which I think is like set in Maine, was actually set right here. It was actually filmed right here in Peacham. Yeah, I hope that's the case. I mean, like, there's upside and downside to AI. I don't see it as a black and white issue, but yeah, the slop, and then like basically literally not even like I'm talking about like the training thing, which I know is a whole ethical ball of wax, but just like taking somebody and putting them in your videos without their consent, that just feels wrong. And so, yeah, it does seem like they're cracking down, which is a good thing because it needs to be done. I really hope so, Scandic. I really hope so. Oh, well, Laney Pants. And I don't have any footage on because I didn't have my phone while I was doing chores tonight. But I can just tell you, we had 3 chicks hatch from the weird chickens just this afternoon and evening. I just saw them for the first time when I was doing chores tonight. So, yeah. I am not related to any of the Shaws, Brett. So, my last name is Gold. So, you know, we're Gold Shaw Farm. The family that owned our farm for about 100 years, from like 1870 to like the 1970s or so, they were the Shaw family, completely unrelated to me. People used to call this the Shaw Farm or the Old Shaw Farm. And so when we bought it, we just kind of as a joke started calling it the Gold Shaw Farm, and that name just kind of stuck. Oh, Phyllis, I would totally visit farmers in the UK. My wife and I actually have been talking about some of that. So potentially. They do. Well, a lot of them are like barred rock variety, and they tend to look a lot like, and they're kind of sleeping right now, but they do tend to look a lot like penguins. So that is true. So we had a really good hatching. I mean, I wouldn't say great hatching season, but very good, solid. It was a bounce back year. Great chick hatching season. The duck hatching season. I mean, the ducks hatch so easily. The goose hatching season was pretty good. My total all in percentage, I think, was like about 35%, which is less than I'd like, but still not horrible. So yeah. Yeah, February 2026. It'll be it's called Dirt Rich Living. How I Accidentally Became a Farmer is the name of the book. And it just basically tells the story of life in Washington, D.C. Actually, it starts in New York, goes to Washington, D.C., then takes us to Vermont and how we ended up doing what we're doing. Adventures with the animals. Like if you're looking for the story of like, how did I end up doing what I'm doing? It's that book basically. And I'm actually very proud of it. I feel like it came out really well. It's going to be great. Yeah, there'll actually be a version of some farm tours coming very soon. I know there's no like all the seltzers are like warm and in the garage. So I wasn't going to I didn't have enough time to do that. So I just my nephew had left this in there and I'm like, oh, I can just drink this. And I regret it now. I fundamentally regret it. Because Mike, I'm dying you have no idea how much I sweat on a given summer day like this. And I just spent the last 3 hours doing chores because Allison took our nephew out for Chinese food and they're going to watch a movie. And so I was like, all right, let me get everything I have been doing that I need to get done. And so I've been rushing around basically this afternoon. You are experiencing the raw prime drinks are in bankruptcy. Boo-hoo. Look. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big Logan Paul fan too. I will acknowledge that. KSI is not a bad guy though. I will say that. I've met him once. So Corzo, Dusty's doing great. Jake's doing great. John Cena's doing great. The Ducklings are great. Oh my gosh. Sprout got themselves stuck in the the goat pen today, and I had to rescue Sprout. They're getting into trouble, but that's totally normal. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, Rain, usually, and I'll keep this going when I get off. What you'll see is we'll be on Twitch when this ends, and you'll be able to watch these chicks that are hanging out here. That'll start as soon as I end this live stream tonight. If I could say something to my younger self, if I could talk to there's a Days and Days, which is this great folk punk band that I love. They have this great song or the song that has this line about, if I could talk to my younger self, then I'd say, don't take nothing for granted, kid. Which I actually think is some pretty good advice. I think that it goes quick and don't be afraid to try things. It goes quick. You're going to be going from being a 10-year-old kid, and I say 10-year-old kid because I'm hanging out with my nephew all week, to a 45-year-old guy, to an 85-year-old guy in just the blink of an eye. And so to keep saying, oh, it's going to be, I've got so much time and it's going to go, don't think about it that way, because it goes way quicker and you're going to regret not doing things. So take advantage of doing stuff, really. I completely that is very accurate by Regenish. It is, yeah, I just got fluffed up talking about Dumbledore's secrets kind of thing. Oh, it was so much fun this afternoon, or I guess it was late morning when we moved them. What we actually did, it was a fun day. So first thing we did was we moved Macho Man and Joey Ramone in with the girls, which was super easy because I've been basically working so that they were on this collision course. And, this morning they were separated by about 50 yards. And so all I had to do was make an alleyway and the boys just ran to the girls. But then when we cleared that out, there are some rock formations. I think I've shown this in other videos. Well, there are some rock formations that we saw. We actually took the metal detector out and we did some digging and we brought shovels and kind of explored. And we found some not amazing things, but we found things that are wow, that's interesting. I would not have expected to find that there. So yeah. So it's actually not the Abby Dog book out yet. It's going to be the Lil Barn Cat book is the next book. So I have actually like 5 books planned, and specifically, so there was the Toby Dog book, the Lil Barn Cat book, which is almost done. The next book is going to be a Pablo book, then the Abby Dog book, and then there's actually a book about Molly and Ginny, and then there's going to be a few more. Rebecca, I was actually talking to my friend who she's a Highland breeder, and she just says sometimes they get that in the genetics. But yeah, she is a beautiful little calf and wicked curly. I know, Anna. And by the way, thank you I got to say a shout out to Anna, a shout out to Tuxedo, who I know he's on here. Shout out to like you guys, all of you guys though, but not just you guys because you guys have been the mods, but like also folks like Corzo and Carrot. I don't worry about Jill. I don't mean to leave anybody out either. I'm just thinking about people I'm seeing in the chat here tonight. Like you guys have made it such a cool, awesome community, and that is my favorite part about it. It's been so much fun seeing that spring up. So thank you to you guys on that one. That's been awesome. And yes, as Anna's saying, there is a Discord that's been awesome too for that community. The Alfred song was not AI generated, but I did not make it. So I actually went on, there's a website called Fiverr, and I hired a guy, really talented guy, and kind of worked with him to write the lyrics, and he did all the music and recorded it, and that's how the magic was made. But no, it's not AI generated, but it also is not something that I would say that I made. I commissioned it would be, I feel like, the much more accurate term. The Great Pumpkin Feud has begun. Yes. 12 million subs calls for a you know what? I would do that for 1 million. If we hit 1 million, oh God, I'm doing this to myself. Allison's going to like smack me upside the head. Yeah, if we can get to 1 million by the end of this summer, I will do a 24-hour live stream and we'll do some fun things on that. Well, yeah, I mean, so part of it is like, this is why like having the cattle is important. Cattle and the trees, right, are like 2 other parts of my business that like if, say, God forbid, we got hit with bird flu, we wouldn't, I mean, it would really hurt us, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. I mean, obviously like social media too, but that speaks to the importance of diversification. So Tom, I think that advice is overrated, and this is coming from as a guy who has butchered at this point, I don't know, more than 500 ducks and geese. What I will say is that it's hard either way. Like if you do it during the molt, it's slightly easier, but you're still not going to get them all that clean. What I think is the best is just to do it when it makes the most sense for you, and then wax them. That is the best way to get them clean. And I've done them both ways. I've tried to time the molt. Like I've tried to do everything that way. I think that I'm wondering who had said it, and I'm not trash talking anybody who said that, but just in my personal experience, it doesn't matter that much, and you might as well just do it whenever, and you're just be ready to wax them. Oh wait, is this an energy drink or just a sports drink? Is there like a lot of caffeine in here? I didn't even look or think about that. Or is it caffeine free? Contains coconut. Well, that's fine. I don't know. Oh no, this is caffeine free. This is caffeine free, but it's still disgusting. Oh, I would love to invite Bernie to the Pumpkin Fest. That's actually a fun idea. I wonder if he would do that. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, but there will be a way to participate. And again, like, I want to do it as a fundraiser for, and I think I'm just trying to work it out with them too, which is why I'm like not officially announcing it yet. But I think it's going to be Vermont Food Bank because I don't know. I think they're good people who do good work overall. Not perfect, but good and good. So keep that in mind. Oh, well, thank you for saying that, Nancy. That's very kind of you. Hey, Danny, what's going on? Hey, you know what, Danny? I've been meaning to reach out to you. I have been so busy so far. I actually do want to try to set up a chance to do a road trip with you, by the way. The Gotois. I don't know. No, I'm not answering that one yet. Don't make me Hagrid up again, as somebody said. Hey, what's up, Rick? Yeah, you know what? I actually should. I've been meaning to shoot another video. I'll probably shoot one of those in the next week or two, where it's just like a quiet me doing chores kind of day. And so that'll be coming soon. Yeah, Danny, that was shot right here in Peacham. Actually, Alfred Dedham, or Alfred, my buddy Alfred, he is actually in the Spitfire Grill movie. I think I would probably top out at somewhere around 35 adult cattle. Okay, if I had 2-acre farm, you have chickens and a duck. I mean, those would be the ones I would go with. Like, I don't know. I'm becoming very partial to the goats. I will say that. So I don't know how much space you have on your farm for, like, say, a goat or two, or maybe like 2 or 3 sheep could be good. But yeah, I mean, chickens would be my first recommendation. Chickens and a duck are definitely the place to start. No cattle. You don't have enough space for cattle. I guess I will say that too. Oh, hey, what's up there, Katrina? Good to see you. How you doing? By the way, shout out to our mods here on the stream. So we got Katrina and Danny from Sow and Tear and Wicked Awesome Gardening, and then I know we've got Anna and Tuxedo over on Twitch. Yeah. And like Lily saying, yay to our mods. They are awesome. The Twitch feed is addicting. I know, it's fun. I will have it on too. I will admit, like, a lot of times if I'm in here editing or even writing, it's kind of nice to just have it on like my side monitor, and like, you know, you can hear the sounds of it. And it's just kind of soothing. I don't know how else to put it. So I've actually changed up a little bit how I'm doing the ducks and geese this summer. So usually I would like try to feed them all the way in the back with the permaculture orchard. And what I'm doing now is they're actually getting fed more in the main area of the farm. And so Bean is just kind of hanging out there for the most part. And she's got like Abby and Toby who kind of watch out for her. And it's actually working out pretty good for her. Yeah, Lil is downstairs. Oh no, wait, Lil's actually right here. Wait, can I? Lil, come here. Everybody wants to say hi. I know this is gonna scare you away. Oh, sorry. She's like, no. Lil does not like to be picked up. She will come sit on my lap, but she does not like to be picked up. Well, I didn't always dream of it though. That's the thing. Like, and that's actually the story of the video itself or I'm sorry, of the book itself of explaining that thing. Even though you're right, it was like I was kind of dreaming for it, and I went for a dream. That is very true, but it was not by design, and that's a big part of the story of the book. I still haven't figured that out. I think I'm going to have to, like, you know, probably get Alfred with the excavator out there to like really actually figure out what's out there. But we did find artifacts. I'll call them artifacts up there. Like I said, just this morning we unearthed them. like I have a cheap metal detector. And so we kind of just went around with it like that. And it was pretty easy. It worked out good. And there we go. Oh. Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you for saying that, Tiana. Hello from Mary Morgan in St. J. Oh, well, hey, Mary. Good to see you, neighbor. St. J. I mean, if you guys don't understand, so like St. Johnsbury, where Mary's saying she's from, is it's our closest town. Like, like if I'm going to go to the grocery store, it's probably in St. J usually. Yeah. Oh, thank you for that donation there, Anonymous. Really appreciate it. Honestly, Joseph, the plan with the old barn is to just kind of keep it more or less intact. I use it for various things here and there, like the cattle, we use it for the winter, that kind of thing. But I don't want to sink a ton of money into it, honestly, because I don't think it will yield a good result. And to like really do a rehab, it like would be, 6 figures, which I don't want to spend on it. I've replaced a few footings. I've fixed some beams. I've at a certain point have to replace the roof. But I'm not rushing to do any of that right now because I just don't really want to spend the money there. I've got other places I'd want to spend the money is really the honest answer. 100%, Sarah. See, you can tell how long Sarah has been hanging here watching with us because I mean, and it's been years. She knows me too darn well. What's going on, Duck Epic Gamer? Oh, wow. That's an interesting idea, Di-Fi. Like, so do I do a live stream to keep away the flooding? I would do that. Let me think about it. Let me talk that over with Allison because that would actually be I don't think I could do it. Look, I will admit when I do those like 24-hour fun, they take a lot out of me. But I think for me to like have live stream programming and like have things like the animal cams going, that might be something I'd be more likely to do. If the Highland cows and the white cows had a fight, wouldn't the Highland cows win? I don't know. I mean, I would say that the Highlands are still the dominant cattle in the herd, but I don't know. I mean, cattle don't really fight like that, so. Oh, I didn't know that. Prime in the plastic bottle is a sports drink. Prime in the cans is an energy drink. They're both equally bad. Oh, okay, well, I won't be having either. And I just had the last of my Prime, and I feel like I might get sick. Wait, what did Grace say? Wait, I'm curious. You should do a geese parody spa day with sauna and waxing treatments. Yeah, Grace, as it is. I think Katrina is spot on with her answer there. Rebecca, that's very true. Dude is a Renaissance man, no doubt about it. I don't. All right, so I know this is actually funny. So like the day in the life video is like actually one of my most viewed videos at this point, and some people love it, some people hate it because I don't talk, and so like I always get, I don't know, I sometimes feel like I can't win, so I might as well just do what I want to do, because if I do a video where it's just me doing chores quietly and you can enjoy the vibes and the animals and everything, people are like, no, we like the narration, and then if I do the narration, they're like, can't this guy just shut up and just let us listen and enjoy the animals and the farm? And it's like, I don't know. So I just kind of try to do it how I'm feeling is really at this point. It's like kind of Abraham Lincoln said, you can please all the people. I don't know. He didn't say that. He said fool. But I think pleasing the people is the same thing as fooling the people. Like you can please all the people some of the time and you can please some of the people all of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. I think that is a very true statement. I'm glad you guys like that. I had fun making that. I mean, that's an example where I know some people hate that. They're like, oh God, a reaction video. I hate it. But on a rainy afternoon, that's kind of a fun video to make. And I'm not going to make that every single video I make, but maybe I'll do it once or twice a year. And I think it's kind of fun. I mean, like, I will probably do it again. And honestly, if you guys have them, send them to me, goldshawfarm@gmail. If you see weird videos that you want me to react to, like, that's actually the hardest part about making those videos, is finding the videos to react to. What's up there, Liz from Maui? Yeah, actually, pigs would be a good answer. I know there was the question earlier, if you had like a 2-acre homestead, what to do. I actually think SoCal Boho girl is actually very right in that statement. You know what, Anna? That makes me so happy whenever I hear that you do that. So we do have berries growing. I think we're probably about 2 weeks away from blackberry season around the farm. As far as the school, I don't know. I'm terrified. Like, it's funny. I just had to do some stuff for the school board things that I do there. I'm worried. The state is like finalizing some new education laws, and based on those laws, both based on the funding formula as well as some of the quotas of number of kids you have to have in the school. I'm worried we're going to probably have to close down in a couple of years. I mean, that's not fait accompli yet, but I'm very, very concerned. And it seems like even our state senator is out to like basically close down our school, like, and not trying to help and saying, sorry, it's state's too unaffordable, but not realizing, well, yeah, but doing this only is going to make all of Vermont's problems worse, because and I've done the analysis myself. When towns lose their elementary school, they shrink twice as fast as when they don't have, they shrink twice as fast as when they have their elementary school. And that's a fact. That is a, quantitative statement I'm making there, based on data over the last 20 years. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, yeah, I'm terrified about it. You can get me on a whole soapbox on that. Oh, all right. Sounds like Allison and my nephew just got home. I mean, so I mean, I try to, I think so, sometimes I will. Here's actually the thing. Shouting out other YouTubers doesn't actually help them. And in fact, it hurts them with how the YouTube algorithm works. Because essentially what you do is drive a few viewers there temporarily who then never watch their videos. And then that actually penalizes their organic growth within the YouTube algorithm. And so, to be honest, like, talking about like the YouTube algorithm and how that works and how to grow your channel and how to make videos, I there's a Facebook group that I've been moderating, or one of the moderators for years on. That's just basically, it's the homesteaders of YouTube on Facebook. And it's like a really good community just intended for people who want to learn how to make YouTube videos. And I try to share as much as I can there. And, I will continue, because I really do like helping people get into this stuff. And I do shout some people out from time to time, but if I just shout people out, like, it actually doesn't help them as much as you might think, even though I know a lot of folks picture that like being like a real big boost for them. Like, it might be a very, very short-term help, but in like the, call it 3 to 6 month window, it actually can hurt them significantly and hurt their growth trajectory. And I could explain why, but you would have me talking for 20 minutes about algorithms, which I know most people don't want. Videos are awesome where you put in the plastic box watching the older foxes. Low work for you. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you'll see me do more of those. I've actually, one of the projects I have been working on this summer, I've run network cables now out to like the main bird yards. You're going to see cameras popping up to like watch the goats and watch the main bird yard and watch the winter cattle yard. And so there are going to be a lot more cameras around where when you start to see things like, oh, you know, Totten, I know you're on Twitch all the time. Like, if you're the same person I'm thinking, and like, so you're going to see that's coming. I've been working on getting it all set up. I haven't fully initialized the system yet, but there's like about 5 new camera runs, and I've been running conduit and cable, and like, it's been a pain in the butt, but it will long term make it much easier to stream all sorts of stuff from the farm. Hey, John Doe. Hello, Morgan and all. I don't know if my question will be answered, but it's the following. What are your future plans for the cattle? I mean, my plans are to just continue growing and building the best herd I can, like, you know, selecting for good genetics. I probably will top out at 25-ish, maybe 30 head of adult cattle. And so, yeah. Hey, Brenda's out in East Hartford, Connecticut, which is right around where I grew up. I have many a friend from East Hartford. Have you found it for the unnamed calf yet? So no. So that's actually going to be part of our pumpkin plans, but there's going to be an auction for that as well. And it's going to be a B name is the plan. Yeah, I wonder if they would want to take it apart carefully. Actually, the first place I'm checking is with the Peacham Historical Association. Our town has a really good like historical society, and I want to check some of the records to see if something's there. And and yes, I had thoughts. I didn't want to freak my nephew out this morning while we were doing it. He was so excited because he was expecting to find gold or buried treasure or something. But yes, I kept thinking about Bobby and thinking I was in Tommyknockers. Yeah. I love that book. I actually finished it about 2 weeks ago. Nope. Yeah, I always love it. That's one of my. It's funny. We're now talking. We've gone down the Stephen King rabbit hole. I finished it. It was about 2 weeks ago. So yeah, it's about 2 weeks ago, I think. And yeah, I love those books. That was the 3rd time I've read the whole series, which again, that's 7 books. And you know, some of those books are, I think, like 30 hours long. If you're, I listened to them. I will admit that, but like, golly, yeah, there's a lot to them and they're great. All right. One of the things though, I was thinking about it though, is like, the drawing of the 3, Wastelands, Wolves of the Kala, or Wizard and Glass, Wolves of the Kala, like those are all of my favorite ones right there. Song for Susanna's pretty good. The Dark Tower, like 7, is so depressing. Like I don't know, and I don't want to ruin the series for people, but it's a hard one to finish because, and I think that this is kind of like Stephen King's goal with that, right? Like, it's a long slog to get through the end of that book, and it hurts and it's painful, and I think that that's the point. But golly, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's such a good book series. I love that. I will be selling some of the calves. Yes, you're going to actually see. I know some people might actually get a little upset by this, but I'm going to probably be selling a few of the calves because I've had so many calves, and so what I'm going to be doing is picking the best and then selling some of the others to other folks because there's also a pretty good market for Highland calves. And if I ever want to actually try to break even with the cattle, I need to start selling cattle, either butchering or selling. 100%, Rebecca. No, RJ, I will never grow corn. So, you know, and what are like, I have lots of friends who grow corn for their cattle. I don't feed my cattle corn. They are 100% grass fed. So they only ever eat, you know, grass and pasture plants. They eat hay in the winter. I give them minerals just to supplement them for stuff that they're not finding in the pasture. And then they will probably actually eat some of the giant pumpkins I grow. Like, so I will feed them that. It's actually a natural dewormer. There's nothing wrong with cattle eating some pumpkins. And so they will probably eat some of those. the cattle war question. I, for some reason, think that Charlie and the Highland went to war. We'd see the Highland saying, they made hey, man, you crack me up. That's great. I mean, I kind of love them too. I will admit I don't shoot them in June because it's really hard. I have to get up at like 4:30 to shoot those videos if I want to do it in June versus if I wait until like late July, early August, it's much easier to shoot them. I can be a little lazier. All right. So guys, my wife and nephew are home. They got back from the movie. I can hear them all downstairs. I am going to have to bounce early tonight, so I apologize, but it's been good hanging out. I will leave you if you guys are going to stick to Twitch. I will leave you with the ability to continue to watch. You just go to Goldshaw Farm Twitch, and you'll be able to watch our little chicks hanging out there. They're napping right now. They will probably wake up very soon. Yeah, I hope you guys have an incredible night, and I'll be back soon. New video tomorrow. I have a special guest coming to the farm, which it's cattle related. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great night.